Spirit to Earth Angel 623 channel and Sarai Natural Beauty skincare and aromatherapy candles. So let's get into it. I have another download. Like I said, I've been really busy at work, trying to make my little coins, with the business and stuff like that. It's going very well. So, just trying to a lot of things that I want to do this year, so, and I thank God for and being grateful for, me having my own business and stuff like that, having two business actually, that I have with that. So, let's get into the download. The download that I got a couple of days ago, that God wanted me to talk about too. It's about, this one there is about a young black girl, female. And it seemed like to me either she's in middle school or high school. And the scene take place on a bus. Like a high school bus, like a school bus is what the scene take place on. And it takes place on is that these three white boys been bullying this black girl. They will sit behind her on the bus and they would tease her, they would talk about her, they would call her names and stuff like that. And she would sit there and not say anything to them. They will laugh and joke about her, how she looked, with her, her clothes, her hair, or whatever. And she, and it seemed to me in a dream that this girl doesn't do anything to these guys. Is that these little boys will come and make sure that they find a seat to sit behind her, to tease her and to bully her. So with that, God was showing me that, so one day something happened on the school bus. Something happened on the school bus where that one of the boys had, I guess the girl took I guess, let me put it this way. And it's a difficult dream to explain, because there was a lot of details in it. But the black girl, I guess she got fed up. She couldn't take it anymore, pretty much. So she tried to defend herself, against these three white boys. And in the dream, you can tell that they were racist, that they were brought up to be racist, to black people of color, because if so, they wouldn't be teasing, this black girl, because there's other, girls and stuff on the bus, of other nationality and race, and they did not bother. They just bothered this girl only. And an incident happened on the bus where the girl had grabbed the boy, grabbed the boy in his collar is what she did. And when she grabbed the boy in the collar, the boy ended up the way that God was showing me in a dream, he ended up either he had a heart attack or either this boy was choking or something like that, in the dream. I didn't see where the girl had her hands around his throat. I just see that she just grabbed him by his collar, his shirt. And all of a sudden, this boy either went into cardiac arrest or he started choking. Maybe choked on his own spit or something like that. Or his tongue could have went in the back of his mouth or something like that. Something weird, something unnatural occurrence that happened, at the scene. And so the boy ended up tumbling over, towards the seat, and when he fell towards the seat, he was gasping for air, and the next thing you know, he suffocated, and that's how the boy died on the bus. So that's when his other two friends got scared. They alert the bus driver, whatever. So the bus driver had to stop on the road and stuff like that. And then she tried to check the boy's pulse, and he was already, the little boy had already passed away. And so news, of course, the police and stuff like that came. They took the girl into questioning, and and started talking to the girl, whatever. And they saw that, and then also too, the boy's parents was, at the police station, upset and outraged, saying that this black girl killed their son or whatever, when their son was a bully. It kills me when parents always want their child to be the victim, when their child is the one that is doing the bully, and the parents know that the child is doing the bully, but in public they want to say that child is so, upright, and the child is good, and the child doesn't bully, and he don't do anything wrong, or she don't do anything wrong. I get sick and tired of these parents know good and well that their child is a bully, and they can see it in the household. They brought their child and children up that way in the household because they probably was bullies too, in back in their day. And so when it comes to a tragic incident like this, they always want to play the victim, like that son was a good son, and they know good and well he was bad to the core, and he was not a good son. Because if he were, he wouldn't be bullying this black female on the bus. Every time they get on the school bus, he's up there bullying her. So if he was any good, he wouldn't be doing that, him and his three friends. And so once the coroner ruled out that it was not no bodily harm done to this boy, that it was natural causes, that the boy suffocated, off of his own spit, because when the girl grabbed him by the collar, I guess his spit went the wrong way when he swallowed, went down into his lungs, and it ended up having him to have like lung problems, to where he suffocated because he couldn't get air. So that's how he died, in natural cause. So now, even though the parents know this, so now the parents is now after this girl, this black girl, was stalking her, was following her around, passing by her house. One time they got the whole family doing it, was doing the stalking this young girl. And they knew the truth, that the girl didn't do anything to their son. But the parents was upset and mad because their son has passed away. Especially the mother. The mother was very upset because the son had passed away, and that she wanted to get revenge on this young girl, this young black girl, and saying that the young black girl was the cause of his death, and it wasn't. It was by natural causes. The coroner ruled it out by it was natural causes, the medical examiner. And so, and like I said, it goes back to what I told you. If the parents is stalking and following and getting family members and different things and friends and stuff to follow and stalk this black girl, then don't you know they was a bully too? And they knew their son was a bully also, because they are projecting the same characteristics. And next thing I know, that's when three guys, the girl was outside her house. She had got off the school bus, and she went to her grandmother's house, because her grandmother lived not far from where her parents' house or whatever. So she went to her grandmother's house, and walking there, her grandparents went at home, so she had a key to get inside their house, also, until her parents got home or whatever. And so she ended up, walking in, and all of a sudden this car pulled up, a dark car pulled up with three white men, younger boys, and they were more like teenagers or their early 20s that I could see. And all of them was surrounding this girl. So they was going to try to, harm this girl, beat her up and try to harm her and stuff like that. And by the order of the mother paid these 3 guys to try to do something to this black girl because she has lost her son. And she knew that this girl was not the cause of it, but she don't care. She just in hurt and in pain and rage because her son is gone. The daddy is more along with the wife. The wife is like controlling her husband. So whatever the wife says, the husband just go along with it. He just go along with his wife. That's what I saw in the dream. And so somehow or another, this girl ended up got some strength from somewhere, and that she broke free from these guys, and she ended up hitting one of them in the face or whatever, and that how she broke free and so she ended up running into her grandmother's house or whatever, unlocked the door and ran into the house. So of course the guys was trying to break into the house in the dream. They tried to break into the house. They tried to tear down the door. There's like a storm door on there, and somehow or another with the storm door, it's like the lock is kind of broken on it, I think maybe, or it's kind of loose. Okay, the lock is kind of loose. From the dream, that it was kind of loose, so it just need to be fixed or tightened or whatever. And so once she got inside the house, she ended up calling 911, the police. The police ended up coming and arrested the guys, because the guys were still there. They ain't run or anything. The police ended up arresting them. They ended up going to jail, and also too, the mother was involved too. So the guys was telling on the mother that the mother hired them to stalk this girl and try to do body harm to this girl. So also too, the police is checking in too with the mother too, with that. And so once the girl called the police, then that's when her grandparents came home. And so there is a uncle and his wife that lived in the house also, with this girl, also lived with they lived with the grandparents, because the girl lived with her parents. They live in the grandparents. So there's an uncle and his wife lives with the girl's grandparents. And so she was telling them about it too. And they really didn't say too much, but the grandmother got upset. So she was really upset, and she, they start, proofing the doors, fix the little loose of the lock on the door handle. They end up fixing that. There was like a patio attached to the back part of the house. It was like a long patio. It has it had like hanging lights and stuff like that on it, and also had like a storage door and stuff like that. So it was attached to the back of the house from what I saw in the dream. It was like a suburb type area, rural type area. That's basically what the area of the scene was. Little community. And so once that happened, then I saw like a non-working car that was, in the yard. Like 2 non-working cars was in the yard. And by that time, the girls, parents had came home, so her mom ended up picking up the girl. But then the dream switched. Before the girl went home, it was like during Christmas time, because I saw like Christmas packages, the Christmas symbols and different things like that. I also saw 2 dogs. There was 2 dogs, guard dogs, that was on the side of the house, of the girl's grandmother's house, grandparents' house. And like I said, the grandmother ended up extending the leash. The dogs on chains. These were some vicious dogs. and she ended up extending the leash on it so that way the dogs could roam around the house, roam around close by the house and stuff like that, in proximity of the house, so that way it can protect the girl when she come home from school and stuff like that. And when that happened, and like I said, she was gathering up Christmas presents, and one of them had like a liquor bottle, and I could see a liquor bottle in the dream that was given to the girl. So I didn't understand that either. So this girl, even though she's like in high school, like a child under age of 18, she's drinking alcohol. I'm not sure why she's drinking alcohol, maybe to suppress her being bullied by these guys, or there could be some other issues of her childhood, that something could be going on, because in one of the Christmas bags she had alcohol. Now I'm thinking that maybe the alcohol would be for her parents, but actually no, the girl took the Christmas bags that she had that that her grandmother gave her, and then some other people in the family gave her some gifts or whatever, and she was drinking alcohol. This girl was actually drinking alcohol. The alcohol was for her. Somebody brought it for her. It didn't tell me who in the dream who brought it for her, but I know she pulled it out a Christmas bag of alcohol. So this girl is drinking at an early age. And if that's the case, if she's taking it home, that means her parents know that she's drinking also, and they are allowing it to happen, which is not good. Good parenting skills to me, to have an underage child drinking, alcohol and stuff like that. But that's what I saw, with that. I also saw like a grill was on the side of the house. I also saw that. Like I said, the patio had like lights on it. It connected to the house, so they could go out the side door, whatever, or the back door, whatever, and go right into the patio. And then it was like a storage type shed too, because the grandma was going and locking the doors to that too. She was like securing everything and making sure that everything was secured, and and fix the loose hinge or knob or whatever that was on the storm door. With that, so with that going on, that was just part of the dream that I had mentioned. But like I said, after that, the guys got arrested and told on the wife. Somehow or another, she tried to get out of hiring these guys, to the authorities, so that way she doesn't get caught. But the wife was still stalking this girl. She was still riding past her house, stalking this female, this young black girl. She was still stalking this girl. She would stop, but she would zoom past the girl's grandmother's house, and just zoom past it, real fast and stuff like that. And then she would have other family members, passing by this girl's house when the girl got off the school bus. So the girl was still being stalked and followed by this boy's mother and some of their family and stuff like that. And like I said, the grandmother was aware of it. And in the dream, it's like a pending investigation still going on with the situation, with the girl and the mother stalking her and stuff like that. That's like a pending investigation going on from what I seen in the dream. Because when the dream ended that way. So I know that there's some more investigation going on with it, that I think that this mother is going to end up going to jail, for illegally stalking and following a minor, and also setting her up to be bodily harmed or killed or whatever. So I know that, there's some investigation going on with that, from what I could tell in the dream, with the grandmother went and take out like a restraining order against this woman, and that she couldn't come near this girl. But the woman didn't care about the restraining order. She was still stalking this girl, and and looking at her evilness, slowing down and then speeding past by. I guess trying to put fear into this girl heart or whatever. But the young girl was not afraid. To me, it seemed like to me that she didn't care. If the woman stalking or following her, it didn't put no fear or anything like that in her heart. So she was going to do her normal daily business as a teenager, or a young adult, her age. I guess that's it that I got from the dream, from that. But until next time, take it how it resonate. I thank my reviewers and subscribers for the reviews and the likes. I appreciate my little community. I also appreciate my community on my podcast, for the healing and different things that we are talking about and different topics. It's really good topics, really good feedbacks, really good comments, and I thank you all for my subscribers for that too. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and happiness, and much blessing, and keep moving forward in 2024.